Folks, so this is just a quick thing. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here, and if you all have any ideas, I would love to hear it. So this is the inside of a Commodore 128D, and this is the video output section right here. That was underneath of this RF cover thing. So it's got two sections. This part on the left here generates a CGA compatible TTL RGB signal for 80 column mode, and this is the 40 column mode section over here, which is identical to what's found in the Commodore 64. And so this is the VIC-2 chip, and this is the NTSC version of the VIC chip. And I'm trying to figure out how to put a thing in here that'll let me switch between NTSC and PAL modes on this thing. So to do that, you have to change a jumper down there. That J1 right there has to be changed. It's a solder bridge jumper. It's not like a wire jumper. You have to change out the actual VIC-2 chip for a PAL VIC-2 chip, and you have to change the crystal. But apparently you can do this with a little board that just switches the VCC and ground pins of the two different VIC-2s on and off, the NTSC and PAL ones, and also switches two of the signals on it, and switches the crystal and the jumper. So that's only like 6 lines that have to actually be like changed. So I think it's definitely possible without using like a massive amount of analog switches or bus drivers or whatever or something. So the only problem is the power supply for the 128D sits right here like this. So that does not leave much room there to get to that VIC-2 chip, and I think that's going to prevent me from using the commercial solution for doing this, and I'm going to have to build my own to make it fit. Unless I were to replace the power supply with something smaller, and then none of this stuff on the back would fit right, so I don't want to do that. So I can probably build one on a piece of strip board. I'll have to desolder that this lower part of the shield here. I can probably build it on a piece of strip board that plugs in like that, and then sticks out to the side here. It may have to sit in there a little further though, because I'll have to get to the clock socket. I assume I don't want to, or the clock pins I should say. I assume I don't want huge long leads on these crystals because they're more than 10 megahertz, and we might get some ringing and stuff if the leads are too long. So I guess the crystal's going to have to be real close, but that should all fit. That should all fit underneath of the power supply. All that crystal stuff. Maybe I need a longer piece of perf board. This is the biggest piece I got handy. It would sit here, probably about here, and that would give us, I don't know, that much of the board. That's enough room for. That's almost it now. I don't know. Well, I'll have some headers so the thing can plug down in there, and then I can put sockets over top. I can put a socket over top of the header here, and then another socket, and then I'll have some room over here. I don't know. This is going to be kind of a pain, I think. Maybe I can stack another little piece of perf board on top of that instead of buying another great big piece. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. If you guys have made an NTSC PAL switcher for a Commodore 128D before, I'd really like to hear how you went about doing it. Thanks. Bye.